Morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? 4:20 in the morning, West Coast time. It is the 11th of March, 2024. KTLA is having a field day over the Oscars last night, which I missed on purpose. They'll talk about anything and everything regarding the thing and just become like blithering idiots about it, including the 46th anniversary that would rattle David Niven when he was presenting on the Oscars. And someone decided to do a streak across the stage. Caught him off guard and everybody else, and it was a memorable moment caught on film for perpetuity. So, in order to do that anniversary, somebody thought it was going to be funny as hell for John Cena, wrestler turned actor as well, to streak. Well, he wasn't streaking. He was like, "Why am I doing this?" And he's doing it as a presenter for the best costume. The only thing he would be having for a costume is the envelope. I think my mother would have been having a conniption. No, not a conniption fit. She'd be laughing her ass off, drooling her face off in this damn thing, if she was going to be watching this thing live. Me, on the other hand, she could watch the damn stuff. We'd watch it with Mama, but I still wouldn't be able to deal with it. I used to be into the Oscars, but after that, when we lost our television privileges, my brother and I would not watch it. Try to see the images on our phones. When we actually had working television, maybe we'd watch the Oscars about the thing. The guys would come up with different variations of their tuxes, and the women would be dressed up in variations of spectacular dresses. I probably missed the on carpet by purpose as well because yesterday I just didn't want to deal with the politics. I didn't want to deal with the Oscar hype. Everyone comes in with their own outfit. I decided to watch old movies. I'd watch Sherlock Holmes. I'd watch Basil Rathbone. I'd watch his acting at that point and get into things. Just trying to get myself going on it. I really, really couldn't deal with it. I really couldn't. The Oscars was more my mother's thing. It wasn't mine, it was my mother's. She'd get into it. She'd loved watching it. She'd loved seeing the women coming up in their dresses and the guys dressed up in their tuxedos. She loved watching the before Oscars and then watching the Oscars themselves. Some people call it American. This is what part of being American is all about. Having the freedom to express yourself and watch other people making themselves look like idiots. But then again, that's what the Oscars are for. I couldn't deal with it. There was something about it I really, really couldn't deal with it. So I didn't. I didn't watch it. Pretty shortly, not today, but coming up, we're going to have not the Oscars coming up, but St. Patrick's Day. And I'm asking myself, am I ready for St. Patrick's Day? And quite honestly, I'm not. Why not? I have to wear green. I'd have to wear green. Here's the thing concerning about Ireland. You have Ireland, and you have the main body of Ireland, and you got the Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland, they've got this cross situation going on, but mostly they look at Ireland, as two different countries. One, the Northern Ireland is part of Britain, and the main portion of Ireland is their own country. So the flag of Northern Ireland would be the Usher banner, uh, red and white with a cross and a star right in the middle of it. Looks like a Jewish star or something like that. The only official flag for Northern Ireland, according to Wikipedia, would be the Union Jack, actually. The Union Jack is the flag of Great Britain, the United Kingdom, actually. That would be the thing to be wearing for Ireland, wouldn't it? But not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because at that point, I'm thinking about what about the flag of Ireland itself? I put in Northern Ireland, and I'm stuck with the Northern Ireland and British situations. Colors of Ireland itself is green, white, and orange. So naturally, throughout our lifetime, growing up as a kid, we had to wear green or had to have some kind of green on us. Otherwise, we would get pinched. We didn't have to wear the white and the orange. No, just all the green because everyone else was wearing green. So if I happened to have something that had green, white, and orange on it, they probably wouldn't understand as long as it's got green on it. And then it's pinch. If you had green eyes, you're immune to it. You got a tattoo on yourself with green on it. Well, you're immune to that one too because you show saying, "Hey, look, I got green on here. You don't have to pinch me." Imagine getting pinched all the time at school. That's what they did. They pinch me all the damn time and say, "Pinch, pinch, 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 pinch." Drive me crazy. I get older and it's not getting pinched. I really didn't care about that. How do you fix food for Ireland? How to celebrate the day of it? And there are a lot of recipes out there, but everyone's going for the corned beef and cabbage and boiled potatoes and then carrots and then a good stout. Well, I don't drink. I don't do the stout. And unfortunately, these days, I don't know how to do a perfectly good corned beef. I have to pay money for that one. But I'm still struggling making do with whatever recipe I can. But I still miss a good corned beef. I miss going to a deli where they got corned beef on rye with mustard and a crunchy pickle and French fries. I miss going to delicatessens where I can scarf that down. I miss chewing on that stuff. I miss having that flavor melt in your mouth. Explosion of it where you have mustard and caraway seeds sticking in your teeth while you're trying to wolf down that bite of corned beef. My brother would go for pastrami, but he was also corned beef as well. And for the last several years, after David died, I tried to come up with the correct way of fixing corned beef on rye. It is an expensive cut of meat. Depending on what kind of, if you're getting a flat cut or the point. If you're getting the point, it's a little cheaper. And probably I could cut it, a couple of chunks and stick it into the pressure cooker and cook it that way all day long if I'm going to have to. But there were other recipes, as in, getting sausages and cabbage and onions. And you cook up the sausages in the pan, put that aside. But in the grease, you would throw in the cabbage and you'd throw in onions. And you'd have that for an Irish food. I may try that one. Give me another package of brat. Or kibasca. Kibasca, yeah. That kind of sausage. I'm not quite into cabbage. I hate cabbage. I have to say it. I hate cabbage because I've never been able to stand cabbage. But I can deal with onions, no problem. Just cabbage, no. The flavors might be jarring enough anyway. When I was enjoying my family's company concerning about St. Patrick's Day, we would fix the traditional. We would go to the store. We'd get ourselves a piece of packaged corned beef. Not the processed stuff, the stuff we had to cook. And my brother would be able to cook this thing about 6 to 8 hours on a pot. Low simmer. Get boiled, but then you get to simmer the damn thing. I was never able to get that damn thing right. You throw the spicing into it, in a pot of water, and just let it boil. I understand that you can put that piece of meat into the crock pot without any water, but just throw the seasoning in it and just let it cook for 6 to 8 hours, maybe longer than that. I'm going to have to do that, but also come up with another plan. Mashed potatoes works instead of whole potatoes. Cabbage I'm still doing without. Onions I'll have. Maybe carrots. Maybe carrots will. A package of carrots, not the baby carrots, but just whole carrots. Chop it up that way. And instead of cooking it on St. Patrick's Day, you'll probably cook it a little earlier than that. Yes, sir. I was watching their breaking news on KTLA Channel 5, Los Angeles. The storms that we've had has placed a hell of a load on the geology of the Southland, especially when it comes down for highways like PCH, apparently between Las Flores Canyon Road and Big Rock Drive. We had rock slide. And they'll clean that up, try and make a determination if anything else can be stabilized over there. But the thing is, we've already had saturated water table in it. So the rocks are going to be on the move. Gravity will be taken over. And we'll have slides all over the damn place. Much like we've had slides over at San Clemente, shut down both highway and railroad area. So it's kind of hard to get through to San Diego, or San Clemente for that matter. Amtrak and Metrolink will be having issues trying to get through them, particularly Amtrak. This is on PCH. This is between Las Flores Canyon and Topanga Canyon. So there's a lot of people going through that area. It's heavily congested. But now the other people are going to have to find a different alternate route, if there are any, through that area. So that's pretty. Navigation's a pain in the ass on that one, that's for darn sure. So how am I supposed to be feeling about the Irish? I mean, part of my ancestry was Irish, British, Scottish, so I got United Kingdom in me. I got United Kingdom in me, and not to mention a bit of German, according to what my family said for a long while ago. So that's kind of how do I feel about that one? I tried studying the language of German and trying to study the culture of it. Just keep myself apprised a long time ago. But it's still couldn't get into it. Oh, I can get into the Brit. I can try to get into the Scottish if I could. Just don't tell me to. Just don't ask me to eat haggis. There's no way I'm eating sheep's gut. And Irish. Hey, I could do it in accent. Oh, screw it. I used to do accents like that all the damn time. I couldn't even tell the difference between English, Scottish, or Irish because they're different. They're different brogues. There's different tones used. How their pronunciation is. So I really couldn't do a voice acting on that one. But besides that, how do I feel like being Irish? I don't know. Everyone wants to get their Irish on. They want to see like they're part of Ireland because of the culture. Me, on the other hand, I'm not. Nah, America to me is pluralism. You got all sorts of cultures running through your system there. I do not expect myself to be of English descent, and therefore speak as such. Yeah, right. Not this kid. Not this kid. I mean, I don't mind getting immersed into English television. Bit of English pop culture, way back when. But these days, I think I'll stick with the stuff I used to know. Watching old movies with my family. And enjoying the actors from a long time ago. Basil Rathbone had this distinctive, but then there's Jeremy Brett and his dancing routine. Jeremy Brett did the BBC's version of Sherlock Holmes. Some people would think him as the definitive. Me, I preferred Basil Rathbone myself. I liked him better. That being said, my stomach's growling. It's time for breakfast. So